time.
We need to be out of the stream and not chattering.
Yeah. It says wait a moment and try again. An error.
Oh my.
Let me just make sure
Mine says that we're live.
we are live.
Yeah.
So we're done chatting.
We're not on the stream anyway, right?
I think our voices are.
I'm Jess Hayden from the Susquehanna Folk Music Society, and I'm excited to welcome you to tonight's conversation and concert with singer-songwriter Michael Arthur as part of Susquehanna Folk Comes to You, a series of virtual events to benefit local musicians. The Susquehanna Folk Music Society is located in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania area. We sponsor folk and traditional arts concerts, jams, workshops, and school residencies, as well as the Susquehanna Folk Festival, which, although postponed this year, is typically held the last weekend in July. We would like to recognize Susquehanna Folk Music Society sponsors, the Pennsylvania Council of the Arts, the Cultural Alliance of York County. At the artist's request, any donations made tonight will be directed to the Susquehanna Folk Music Society. Now on to tonight's broadcast. Contemporary singer-songwriter Michael Arthur's songs explore the breadth and depth of human experience. Accompanying himself on solo acoustic guitar, Michael employs lush open guitar tunings as the canvas for his powerful and emotive vocal performances. According to Michael, the most gratifying part of the process is delivering a song that connects with the listener on a personal level. We'll begin tonight's event with a short conversation with Michael, so I'd like to welcome Michael Arthur to the broadcast.
Hi, Jess.
Hey, Michael. Really great to see you on Susquehanna Folk Comes to You broadcast. Now, you've been really active on the internet during the last couple of months, and I'm curious what you've learned about putting together a really strong set. What's worked for you, and how may putting together a virtual set differ from an in-person one?
Well, it's a lot lonelier. I can tell you that. And, we as performers, really a key component in the whole thing is the audience and their reaction to what you're doing, and you're taking that energy in and hopefully giving it back to them and just building on that. And that's really kind of missing from the virtual concert setting. So what I try to do is, having done so many shows and played these songs and knowing what reactions I've gotten in the past, and they're kind of tucked away in there somewhere, try to draw on that and try to recreate that energy as I'm doing it for a camera in a converted closet, as it were, here, and trying to bring some some of that excitement to the show that way.
And people really need
It's
it.
second best, but it's one of the sacrifices along with everything else we're doing now to try to get by. So we're
Right.
happy that we can at least make some connection. Thank God for the technology that way.
So tonight, you're going to be doing some of your powerful self-penned songs, and we'll have a chance to hear songs of place, songs of our current time, story songs, songs of hope, and songs of dealing with strong emotions. I'm curious if you could tell us a little bit about your songwriting process.
Well, for me, it usually starts with the music. So some kind of guitar figure, guitar riff that I'll noodle over and eventually work into a chorus, perhaps in a verse. And so I'll have some music going on, which is triggering emotions. And from those emotions, words will come out, hopefully. And that's usually the start of the song. And it's always nice when what ends up being the chorus comes out first, because that kind of defines the whole song, but that's not always the case. But for me, it's the music first, and draws out a feeling, and then a lyric, and then it's just a refining process from there to get to the end of the song, which can take a long time for me.
Well, you write some really beautiful songs. I love a lot of your work, and one of my favorites is that song Susquehanna, which is just so lovely. So curious if there's a story behind that song that you'd like to share with us.
Yeah, my friend Al Petaway, who was teaching at the Susquehanna Gathering, which is kind of a many week-long music camp down in North Carolina, kept bugging me to come down. He said because his guitar week is also coinciding with the singer-songwriter week, so they bring a lot of singer-songwriters in to teach choruses and so forth. So I went down one year, and on the way home, I wrote this song, and it was called Susquehanna. So about a year later, I guess a year or two later at the camp, Janice Ian was there teaching, and she happened to write a song called "Guess What, Swananoa." Not that there can't be two, but that's such
Right,
an
right, right.
odd name. Uh, I started to sing it, particularly at one gig that I have, which overlooks the Susquehanna River, and we started to substitute. Cindy David and I were singing this song, and we started to substitute Susquehanna, which is the same number of syllables as Swananoa, and and then the more I thought about it, since the song was really about the comfort of home, a place to drop your anchor and always count on, really, Susquehanna said that more for me than Swananoa. So the song morphed into from being called Swananoa to Susquehanna.
Yeah, I
That's,
think yeah.
that's the story
I think
behind that
it's
one.
meant to be. I think it's perfect for
Yes.
our area. The lyrics are so beautiful. I'm curious, I've seen you a bunch of times and you have just like the most gorgeous guitar. So I wonder if you can tell us a little about the history of that. It has such a big, rich sound.
Yeah, this guitar I don't really take out to gigs because it's kind of the guitar I'm going to pawn if I ever get in really bad trouble. But this is a
Yeah.
song. This is a guitar that was made by James Olson up in Minnesota, and he's a kind of a one-man shop. Might have an assistant with him every now and then, an apprentice, but he builds these guitars, and he became very well known because James Taylor started to use his guitars,
Oh,
and
wow.
then
Okay.
one of my heroes, David Wilcox, turned me on to them, and actually got me in line to get one at the time when he wasn't taking orders. So it's a great guitar, particularly if you're recording. Um, but like every guitar, you have to learn to play it. And this plays differently than my other guitars. So if I'm not at it for a while, I got to readjust to really make it sound the way it should. But I love it, and hopefully I won't have to pawn it.
Yeah, we're gonna really enjoy it tonight. And one thing I've noticed is that you use a lot of open tunings, and to me
Yeah,
that adds a lot of warmth. So how does that work? How was that all about?
I use a few, uh, mainly from people that I've looked up to and was attracted to the sound they were getting out of their guitars, like Al Petaway, who I mentioned. He plays in dadgad tuning,
Oh,
so
okay.
he plays a lot of Celtic influence stuff, and that tuning lends itself very well to that. David Wilcox originally played in a lot of this open C tuning, which I use now, and I've written most of my songs either in this tuning or in standard tuning. But being a solo act most of the time, it just adds more range to what instrument people are hearing. So it has a lower deep end and a higher top end and everything in between. So it just lends itself to kind of being a richer sound for a solo performer. So I've been attracted to it for that reason.
Yeah, well, thanks for agreeing to answer a few questions. I learned a lot tonight, which is wonderful. And thank you so much for being on our broadcast tonight. And we look forward to hearing your concert. Just a reminder to the viewers: feel free to use the chat feature on Facebook and YouTube. Michael will be reading all the comments, I'm sure, after his show. So it might take him a few minutes to get started and get himself ready, but now sit back and enjoy tonight's show with Michael Arthur. Thank you.
I think you have to mute your mic, Jess.
Thank you.
are welcome here tonight. You are safe within these walls. Raise a glass and have a bite. There is comfort in this hall here tonight. In the morning when you rise, they put on some thin disguise, armor for the world. Keep your freedom flag tightly furled. Got no worries here tonight. You're not of the future. You are among your friends here tonight. This community. When you feel misunderstood, the world is up to nothing good. Though you are accepted here, come as you are, you got nothing, nothing to fear. You got no worries here tonight. Under scrutiny, you are among your friends here tonight in this community. Let the music wrap around you, let laughter chase away your blues. Let those guitars ring, let me hear you sing. Let me hear you sing. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Let me hear you sing. Let me hear you sing. Let me hear you sing. I wrote this next song after listening to one of those call-in radio programs one time, and people were calling in and talking about their near-death experiences. And they talked about that light at the end of the tunnel, and many of them described it as their lives flashing before their eyes. And I remember one guy said it was kind of like a film of his life that played backwards in his head. And that gave rise to this song. This is called Movie in My Head. I'm making this movie, it'll play inside of my head. It's to be a documentary on this life that I've led. It's premiering only screening on the day they pronounce me dead. And only one critic's review will ever matter, the rest can go unread. My life will flash before me like a movie in my head. My name's upon the marquee, it's the story of this life I'm in. acting in the lead role, but I don't get to rehearse the scene. I must react to the plot as it unfolds, all the highs and lows and in-betweens. It's the part of a lifetime, laid out like a trailer for a dream. And my character develops through all my laughter, tears, and screams. My life will flash before me like a movie in my head. My name's upon the marquee, it's the story of this life I led. Won't be about my winnings or the things I bought, not about my triumphs or the thrills that I sought. More about what I've learned than what I have taught, and all about the love I have brought. All about the love that I have brought. Hero or the villain, you know it's up to me. You see, all the pages of my script are blank, and all my choices are free. Don't bother even asking, no, 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 there are no guarantees. When the final credits roll, I hope to thank the Academy. My life will flash before me like a movie in my head. My name's upon the marquee, it's the story of this life I led. That's movie in my head. So this song is going to be called Slip Away or Losing Game. I'm not sure what title I'm going to end up on. There's a very famous song called Slip Away, of course, so I might end up calling it Losing Game. But I started out to write a love song. That was my intent. And as this song turned out, it's about an Alzheimer's patient speaking from the Alzheimer's patient's point of view. And so it kind of gives voice to the voiceless in that sense. So I think it turned out to be a love song after all. Waking in this room alone, these four gray walls are not my home. I slip away, slip away. All the the things that come to pass. This side of the looking glass, they slip away, slip away. Waiting for the clouds to part. Let the sun shine down on me. A stranger in my own life, confused reality. The stories earned along the road, long forgotten, left untold, they slip away, slip away. Like the last 5 minutes you've had with me, gone like ancient history, slip away, slip away. You know I get afraid sometimes when I don't know my name. You know I get enraged sometimes in this losing game. But don't talk about me like I'm not in the room. I'm still right here. Though I may not recognize your face, I can still feel your tender touch. Your kind words are clear. Living in this moment now, it's all I got left somehow. Everything else slips away. But this moment here is all I ever really had. It's all that I need. With all distractions stripped away, even ones I hold most dear. When the light is all that's left, the light will shine so clear. Thanks. Thanks. I hope you're applauding. So I'm going to try the dangerous 2 capo deal here. A little something I've invented on my own, I think. Rather than move the capo, just add another one. You already have tension built in there, so it shouldn't be that far out of tune. So this is a song about trouble, and I think we can all relate to that in 2020 so far. This is called Fading Light. There's trouble in this world. It'll find you where you live. Just getting through the day can take all you have to give. And the night can be so long. wide open, lying awake, as your mind wanders through your worry and relives every mistake. You can get straight, you can get it right, old son. Got no days to waste. Time, time, time is a fading light. Seek comfort from your trials, places no man should ever go. When good judgment is forsaken, no more tears are gonna have to flow. You can get it straight, you can get it right. Got no days to wait. Time, 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 time is a fading light. Fading light. So, from a song about trouble to hopefully a song about hope. This is a song I wrote many years ago, but it's probably more applicable now than ever. It's kind of my prayer for America. This is called Across the Steep Divide. I see black and you see white. You live for the day and I long for the night. You are shouting red and I am feeling blue. Both think that we're right and on the one and only path that's true. There's a common ground we must discover. Comes before tolerance or compromise. It is here where we are meant to find one another. Bottom of this deep divide. What seems so obvious to you escapes me completely. And all the pieces of our lives don't fit together so neatly. sweeter thing for ourselves, but you find my opinions upsetting. You are freezing cold and I am sweating. But there is a common ground we must discover. Comes before tolerance or compromise. It is here where we are meant to find one another. Bottom of this deep divide. No bridge could span the distance between these opposing rims. But if we scale down to the bottom, the walls grow closer and thin. And the news of the day sees this world torn apart. So stranger, you know that hate has no place inside a human heart. But there is a common ground we must discover. Comes before tolerance or compromise. It is here where we are meant to love one another. The bottom of this deep divide. That's called Deep Divide. So next I'm going to play a song. It's one of the older songs that I've written. And it's about a fellow street musician I met at the York Fair here where I live in York County, Pennsylvania. And this is called Blind Man's County Fair Blues. I'm going to sneak this up one more here. Carnival pulled into town, his harmonica the only sound to break the ride. And a damn bell and a big top 10, it's the only bed he's been laying for the night. And early morning drizzled down, bring another curse and another frown against the sky. Waiting down to Midway turned out to be another day after all. Blind man got the county fair blues again. Blind man got the county fair blues. Eternal moan on harmonica, 6 strings in his orchestra, rough vocals though. Boys that left him long a while, burned out by gin bottle smiles and rainy nights. But he's a slowly strolling minstrel show, doesn't charge no admission though, unless you've a mind to. Maybe drop a dime into his cup, it'll bring you luck like a wishing well. Blind man got the county fair blues again. Blind man got the county fair blues. Blind man got the county fair blues again. Blind man got the county fair blues. A bunch of kids accidentally knocks him down. He hears a sorry from the ground. As he fumbles for his fallen money cup, hears another voice say, man, good luck, you're gonna need it. All the crowded sideshow streets he's been playing for a week are empty now. And he hears the car and he's picking up, packing all their wares into the trucks and moving out. And he feels the brisk October air rushing through another hollow county fair. It's another close, my friend. Cotton candy man offers him a ride, and you hear his harmonica fade into the night. Blind man got the county fair blues again. Blind man got the county fair blues. Blind man got the county fair blues again. Blind man got the county fair blues. That's the Blind Man's County Fair Blues. So for the last song here of this little mini concert, this is the song that Jess and I were talking about earlier. This is called Susquehanna. And I'd like to dedicate this to the Susquehanna Folk Music Society, which we're so fortunate to have in our area, that brings that spirit of community to all us music lovers of this genre. And just thankful that they're here. This is called Susquehanna. Down in the fields where time is bought and sold, and the work is never done. Promises made to feed the soul are often lost in the long day's run. Susquehanna, beauty of wisdom upon your face. Susquehanna, how I long for your embrace. Like raging water tumbles a river stone, you smooth my rough edges away. I long to return to you, my touchstone. The gloaming you will show me the way. Susquehanna, beauty of wisdom upon your face. Susquehanna, how I long for your embrace. Memories of lazy summer days, in the winter's light can grow dim. To the snow melt feeds the river's rays, my hopes of seeing you again. Susquehanna, beauty of wisdom upon your face. Susquehanna, how I long for your embrace. Oh, how I long for your embrace. How I long for your embrace. Thanks, everyone. I'm Michael Arthur. You can find me at michaelarthur.com, and hope to see you soon. Thanks for listening tonight.